Goa is your first love, or whether it is Karnataka that you should venture into?
I've always been called the dramebaz at home. Working between 10 superstars, I think I've gained a lot of knowledge from them. I was not the original choice for the role I played. I speak Kannada, Konkani, Tamil, Telugu, Hindi. I've always been on roads that lead to nowhere. The only person who knows who the real Vedika is my
Well, hello and welcome to a very special episode of Goa Connect. Today in my studio, there's a guest who's a model, an actress, and a master's in business management. I think before I say anything, I should say Aai Sayba. We have Vedika Karkal in the studio. Vedika, welcome to the shoot first of all. How does it feel to be back in Goa after, maybe a crazy schedule in Bengaluru?
I think being all over India, I would say being home. I mean, I'm seeing this label all over social media to get news of what's happening home. And I'm sitting here today. It's really great to be sitting here with you. Yeah.
Pleasure is all ours. Tell me one thing. You started as Miss Goa.
Yes.
Okay. That is, I believe, was the first time that you tasted a little success of glamour.
Right. Yes.
Then you ventured into acting.
Yes.
You also have been pursuing your education very seriously.
Right.
Where do you find, which is your first love, whether it is modeling, acting, or maybe the studies, I think, the business part of it?
So, see, when I got on that ramp, the night I went for the Miss Goa pageant, that was a really life-changing night for me because none of us knew that I would actually come back with the crown.
Huh.
So I went there. I had my parents in the audience. And I told them this thing, see, y'all have spent so much and come all the way to watch me. If I don't get this crown back, then I don't know if it is worth the amount you've paid to come here. So yeah, going back home with that crown has really impacted, changed all of our lives. Because none of us knew that I would get into a glamorous field, if that is what it's called. But I discovered my love for the camera and facing the camera through modeling. That is what I would say, yeah.
Well, it's very interesting, Vedika. I want to really ask you is, when I look back at your, journey so far, especially in your early days in schools and all those things, you were born and brought up in Goa.
Yes.
You did part of your education here in Goa.
Yes.
Then you shifted to Karnataka, Bengaluru.
Yes.
Then apparently you came back again.
Yes.
Did a little bit of education here in Goa.
Right.
Then again you shifted back to do your masters, right?
Yes.
Now you've achieved a masters in business management.
Yes.
And why was this shift which is happening? Were you still trying to figure it out whether it is Goa is your first love or whether it is Karnataka that you should venture into?
So for me, I think life has always been that way.
Huh.
I have not been able to choose between the two. So one of it is my homeland, my everything,
Yeah.
and the other is my heart and soul. So I've always given equal time to both the cities.
Okay.
So yeah, I debuted in the Karnataka industry and then
Sandalwood,
Yes.
as they rightly say.
Yeah, so ಒಂದು ಮಿಂಚುಯಿಂದ ನಾನೀಗ ಗೋವಾದಲ್ಲಿ I have become Amrita.
Can you just say, translate it in Konkani because so that, my viewers can understand?
Yes. How ata tumche Amrita? The love that you've given for Amrita has really, inspired me to do more for the Goan cinema industry. And thank you, Goan audience, for giving this much of love for Aai Sayba. Yeah.
I think your Kannada is quite fluent, and I'm really surprised. Usually actors, prepare for, based on the script and maybe the dialects, but you tend to fluently speak
Yes.
more convincingly than a lot of people that I know.
Right.
That is very commendable. You started with modeling.
Yeah.
When did this first film, happen to you? I believe it was Just Married.
Just Married.
Just
yes.
Married was
Yes,
the first film.
Was the first movie.
How did you end up, getting a role in this particular movie?
So the acting ka kida in me, what I would call it, it came up to me when I was on the ramp. And we had a talent round. That's
Okay.
what happens in every pageant. And I was wondering because I was never fond of, dance or anything else. So I thought, why not put up an act? Because I've always been called the dramebaz at home.
Drama
so that's
queen.
what drama queen. That's what my mom calls me.
Okay.
So I put up an act there, and we had some judges who were from the Bollywood also.
Huh.
And they told me that you seem to be having a liking for acting. So why don't you try something in there? And I discovered that like, the day I expressed myself out there, I realized that this is something that I really like, expressing myself in front of cameras.
Correct.
So it started there. I would say the pageant led to my discovery of acting.
And how was the experience of the first film? As in the kind of feedback that you, especially your family members, got
Yes.
post that?
Firstly, I was completely fresh to the cinema industry. I didn't know how the processes go through. So I just went there and I was like apprenticing there, that's what I would say. Because I was in between, 10 South Indian superstars.
Huh.
All of them from Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada. And I was there as a kid. I was a kid of that, movie there.
That was fresher. But
Fresher, yeah. And I was a kid of the set there. That's what they called me. And I think that really shaped me because it was more like an acting school for me. Working between, 10 superstars, I think I've gained a lot of knowledge from them.
okay,
Personally,
post
yeah.
that, after Just Married, I think Aai Sayba is where, people,
Yes.
a lot of people noticed you,
Right.
Maybe you may have been lost in those 10 big names in your first film.
Yes.
But Aai Sayba was one venture which happened here in Goa. The
Right.
production was kind of Goan and it gave you the much needed opportunity. I
Right.
think, how has that been experienced? I mean, how did you land up in that particular movie is one thing and then
Yeah.
experience thereafter.
Yes. So I'm not sure many people know this, but I landed up in the set one night before.
Hurry.
So the shooting had already started, and I was not the original choice for
Okay.
the role I played.
Okay.
There was someone else, but due to some circumstances, she couldn't continue with the team.
So when were you informed?
I got a call one night before
Okay.
because they had a very tight schedule of 15 days, 15 nights in fact. And they had to, close down and
course.
continue with the story. So they had shot some scenes which they had to redo, which would be with me.
Okay.
And I got a call from Goa saying, hey, can you catch a flight tonight and get on set tomorrow morning? So I didn't think twice. I said, Arey, I'm getting to go home. That's okay. I just came home, got back on set, got into, the shoes of Amrita. And after that, everything else is just something that went so smoothly because firstly, it was at home. And doing something for the Konkani cinema industry is like giving back
Of
to
course.
my mother, home city. And yeah, that was something that meant a lot to me. Yeah.
So basically, any prep that you had to do, because what I realize is people must have watched the movie as well,
Right.
is what I get a feeling that it's quite fearless and very strong role that
Yes.
especially for a person of your age.
Right,
Was it a challenge? How did you prep, especially a night prior, or maybe you prepped on the sets?
Yes, so our director was really helpful in that way. So what he did was, he just told me that so-and-so is a character and there is a point in the movie where Amrita is the person who is taking over everything. So she has her boyfriend and he's called Bhizurjo. People who watch the movie will know he's
Will
called
associate,
Bhizur.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, and Amrita is right the opposite. She is the stronger one. So we started with the scenes that don't really show Amrita's true colors. But then in the end, there was a scene where, Amrita had to be really courageous and she fought with goons. And her boyfriend is there watching her fight. So that scene was the day, I think everyone on set just went quiet when I was giving my shot. And after that, the director came clapping to me. And he said, अरे अभी इस लड़की को सब गुस्से वाले scenes ही दे देंगे.
Typecast you.
Typecasting. So, yeah.
But again, how long was the schedule that you
It
were
was
there?
15 days.
15 days you were
Yes,
part of
15
it.
days.
Any learning that you felt, or maybe anything that either
Yes.
Amrita taught you while
Right.
prepping the role, or maybe you kind of got something from your side
Yeah.
to the role of Amrita?
So, firstly, stepping into each character is not easy because before I get
course,
into
yeah.
that character, I have to forget who I am.
Of course.
And I just have to, change the way I look, the way everything is different. So, Amrita's thinking was something that is so not Vedika.
Complete opposite. right?
Complete opposite. Because Vedika is somebody who is in her books.
Yeah.
She's got her head in her books. She's not coming out of her fairy tale land. And Amrita is someone who's courageous. She fights goons. So this was, I think Amrita has brought some courage in me. And that is something I take back from each character.
Have you had a fight post your movie role?
Not yet.
Just try something of Amrita maybe.
Yes.
Okay, this interesting thing that I landed upon is how many languages do you know? I mean, basic languages that you can speak.
I speak Kannada, Konkani, Tamil, Telugu, Hindi. Yeah.
So five languages.
Yeah.
What has made you? I can understand Kannada because you were studying there.
Yes.
Konkani I can understand.
Yes.
Hindi, English is fine.
Right.
Tamil, Telugu?
So I also have some roots in the South.
Okay.
My mom is a South Indian.
Huh.
And my liking for the industry, the South Indian film industry.
Okay.
I have grown up watching, Mani Ratnam movies.
Oh, that's so nice.
And someday I hope to see myself there. So I think my liking for cinema, the cinema industry, is something that has got me, to watch movies in various languages, and then I grasp and I pick up these languages.
So, do you think that you were, made for cinema or maybe South Indian cinema? We see a lot of actresses even now, whether it is Rashmika Mandana or even others, even some from the Bollywood venturing into the South, and a lot of people from South have come to the Bollywood. You think that you are blessed enough to first know all these languages which play a predominant role in South Indian cinema? Do you feel so?
I would not say that I still don't think I was born for cinema, but yes, cinema is my everything. It means a lot to me.
Okay.
And if cinema is really meant for me, I think someday what's meant for me will find me. So I'm just waiting for the right opportunity. Yeah.
So have you, because it is an advantage now, and I think that gives you one step ahead vis-a-vis a lot of actresses or maybe actors, is that you know basic languages, you understand those emotions, at least basic language, so you understand.
Get it.
So when it is the case, I think when you approach now, does it become an advantage, especially when you audition now?
I
pitching
think,
in
I
your
do
best
have
foot.
a right hand in that because, when, for example, I travel to Hyderabad for an audition, when the people hear that I speak in Telugu, so they think that, okay, idi na ammai, this is my Telugu girl. So that way it is helpful for me, yeah. And I also do always call myself an Indian. I don't, restrict myself to one language. I always like to just identify myself as an Indian. So I would like to know all the Indian languages. That's how I've always been. Yeah.
Again, Vedika, very important question is, you've completed your MBA.
Yes.
You have kind of established yourself as a model, as an actress. You're just beginning your career. At a juncture like this, where are you heading? I'm not asking you whether you want to make Goa as your home or Karnataka as your home or any other state in India. I really want to ask you is, where are you heading with respect to your career? Whether it is MBA business per se, whether it is modeling glamour per se, whether commercials, or whether it is acting, movie, whichever language it may be.
Yes. So before coming on this set, I've just come back from a place where there were no roads at all.
Huh.
So I've been to the highest motorable pass. That was 19,000 feet.
You were driving?
I was driving up there.
Okay.
So I would say that, I've always been on roads that lead to nowhere. But the journey, the scenery is something that you enjoy.
Correct.
So that way I'm taking life that way too. I am enjoying the journey and I don't care about the destination. That is something that I've taken away in life, yeah.
Okay. I can understand that if not maybe modeling, acting or even business management, I think you can be a good politician because you know how to dodge a question. Going forward, I really want to ask you is, now that you've studied very hard, you've done your masters, which was harder, remembering lines for a scene or preparing for an exam after?
Okay. I will surely say it was the studying part. Because
how are you academic wise? You good?
I guess I
because I was bad. So let me start with that.
No, I was never great in math. I still use my fingers to count.
What is 12 forza?
Okay, I give.
Forget it. Let it be. We'll move on. Again, choosing roles. A lot of people, and I really understand, how typecasting work. You also said that, अब इसने गुस्से वाला किया है scene, इसको गुस्से वाला ही देते हैं. So typecasting happens a lot in films, basically, basically industry. Do you feel that you should be projected or cast as a young bubbly girl, teenager, or maybe happy-go-lucky kind of a girl, or maybe a glamorous per se, or very unconventional roles, maybe which the role demands or the story demands, whether it is maybe rowdy kind of a thing, or maybe a sports person, or maybe a cunning politician. These are the things that once you do good, because I remember Hum Aapke Hai Kaun, which when it happened, this Renuka Shahane was, when she was offered, she was very well told that you will always end up doing a bhabika role.
True.
Okay, now that is where we all belong to this industry. Do you want to continue, especially in your early days, or you want to venture and be bold and try these kind of roles which will challenge you as an actor, but maybe may not suffice as to what you want to project?
I think as an actor, the more, the more dimension and the more emotional layers to the character is something that every actor really wants. So for example, I have so far played the role of a teenager, a very bubbly child, and I have played the role which really says looks are deceptive, because Amrita is all soft on the outside, but no one knows how courageous she is till the end. So yeah, I would really like to play, diverse characters, even something that is, giving a message, a social message to the world. And yeah, villain roles, I'm open for, because they have the most emotional layers, that under them. So he's not a villain without a cause. There is a cause behind it. So I would surely love to venture into such.
You never know, Vedika might be end up playing Lady Bazigar, if I may say. Again, if I want to ask you is, a lot of people know you since maybe your younger days. People have, studied with you, people have spent time with you during college and otherwise. There must be certainly something that a lot of people don't know, or, you might be protective about. What if I ask you, apart from modeling, acting, and your business management, what is it that you are basically? What is Vedika basically, minus these things?
I think this is the only person who knows who the real Vedika is my diary.
Oh.
Not even my family.
Huh.
I have this one big blue diary, which I used to sit down every day after school, and I used to write what happened in my entire day. That was my best friend.
Journal, basically.
Yeah. I also named that book, and I still have that book.
What is the name?
It's called, I'm not telling you.
Okay, fine. Well, let's move on. So this is, there's only one thing.
I think the real Vedika is
defined
a girl
by
who
the
is
diary.
always having a book with her. I'm either reading or I'm writing.
Okay.
Yes.
If I may try and just maybe imagine that diary, there are some things that we have heard is you enjoy reading, writing, baking. We are waiting for it, and quiet time, which is very difficult to understand. That you kind of person that I've been interviewing for the last couple of minutes. Quiet time is something that is not going with Vedika.
So
how do you define that?
I think the real Vedika is somebody who is very introverted. She's always behind the books, reading and writing. And yeah, when I was in college earlier, I mean schooling and college, I also used to run a home bakery. This is something that no one knows. So yeah, baking was also something that I was really attached to. It was my everything. It was my escape from reality. So any day I'm having a bad day, I should just go back and whisk something, and that sorted everything for me. Yeah.
Okay, when are you starting your baking thing again? Maybe we can visit sometime. You also say that you're introvert, which is very difficult to understand, and also love getting lost in the books. What kind of books do you read?
Ooh,
Fiction, non-fiction, any specific writers that you always loved?
So I have, I'll speak about the book that I recently read. It's by this writer called Elif Shafak. And yes, I do read fiction.
Okay.
It's called The 40 Rules of Love. But like we say, don't judge a book by its cover. This book is also another book like that. So it teaches you how to see life differently and how to see love in everyday life. So you pick up a glass of water, you're drinking it. That's because you're loving yourself. So those are the kind of books I like to read. They have fictional stories also hidden between them. But yeah, these are the stories I read.
This seems like too much for a girl of your age. But again, you mentioned about diary, and I really want to ask you: do you revisit the diaries that you have written sometimes?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay, but
Yeah.
anything that has got you back into memory lane, or maybe made you laugh, made you cry, made you
Yes.
think that how stupid were you, or maybe how intelligent were you then?
Yeah. So I think back then, coming back from school, what I used to bottle up in that diary was all about, issues at school. A teacher told something to me and I was upset about it. So when I feel like I'm having an issue in life right now, I open that diary and I just read some problem that I had maybe 10 years ago. And I compare it to the problem I have now. And that's what gives me, some sigh of relief. That I face those problems so easily. I told my teacher. So why
So
can't
the
I
problems
just...
have increased or decreased vis-a-vis, the younger Vedika?
I wouldn't say increased, but I think I've learned to balance it and
I
I
think-
have my escapes,
Yeah, so maybe inflated with time.
inflated with time. Yeah.
So Vedika, if somebody wants to know you, would that person travel with you on a mountain for a road trip, or maybe watch your film? Which would be?
That's an
would be
interesting
apt?
question
Yeah.
because I think neither of them would, describe me the most. They would have to have a cup of chai with me at home to know who I am. Because I love drinking chai. Yeah.
Arey, achhi baat.
Yes.
Good. And again, recently I believe the moment I think we were entering in the studio, and we came to know that you and your entire team, the gang that traveled at the mountains,
Yes.
are into the Indian Book of
Yes.
Records. If you can
Yes.
just spill the bin as to what was the record that you accomplished,
Yes.
where, how, why, how.
Yes. So I discovered my love for, driving and cars and everything when I started driving to college every day. So I live in Ponda and I used to drive to Panjim every day to my college. And that's when I discovered that, hey, I actually love driving this car. So why not take it somewhere else? Because I don't want to drive these straight roads anymore. So I joined a club. It's called Curbover. It is the largest, premier Jimny group in India.
Huh.
And we recently had a drive to Ladakh, and we went on the Umlingla Pass, which is 19,000 feet, the highest motorable pass in the world. And we had a convoy of 30 cars there, and we achieved this record of having the largest convoy at that pass. There was very low oxygen there. Some of us, including me, got dizzy there, and we had to get oxygen before
Correct.
climbing back down. So I think that is something very challenging, and that's also another side of me.
I think there are so many sites, and I believe by the end of maybe a couple of months, you will decide where you want to head. But whichever place, whichever path that you take, I think we as Goans and Prudent will always look forward to see Vedika at a much larger platform as maybe. This is just the beginning of your career.
Yes.
I think there's a long way to go. You mentioned that it's not important to go from point A to B
Right.
and reach a destination, but rather to enjoy the
Enjoy
journey
the
along.
journey,
I think I couldn't have had this conversation better than Vedika because come what may, she's very sincere, very talented, but yet she's a drama queen, and I think that is one kida that has remained with her. I look forward and all the best wishes
Thank
from
you.
the entire team of Prudent, and looking forward for Vedika to achieve more heights and more laurels as you move ahead. Thank you, Vedika, for joining
you
us
so much.
on this short notice. Pleasure it was.
Yes, thank you.